I'm Todd Brigham, and this is my story. I grew up in Nikiski, Alaska, and when I was young, I committed my life to Christ. When I was 16, I decided to be in engineering. It was really a fork in the road. A lot of my friends were pursuing other choices, a lot of negative choices, and I decided to pursue engineering. And that took me on a 17-year journey. I attended LaTourneau University in 2005. I married my wife, Emily. We graduated in 2007 and moved to Wisconsin. And we started having a family, so we decided to move back to Alaska, where we now have 3 kids, and we live in our hometown of Nikiski again. About 4 years ago, between the church and my work situation, some things changed, and God moved me to a 2-and-2 job on the slope, so I was gone a lot of the time, and kind of pulled me out of youth ministry to focus more on the church leadership and other areas. But the longing in my heart never left me, the passion for youth and to come alongside youth and help them discover who God created them to be, and to really overcome some of the destructive choices and lifestyles that entangles many of them. So I was on the slope 2017, just finished reading the New Testament with a brother up on the slope the months prior, and God started to really work on my heart that day in April and break down some walls, and he really called me to put Him first in all areas of my life. There were some areas of my life that I was kind of holding on to and taking control. And that day, basically, God gave me the image of Jesus sitting in the I am second chair and weeping, and told me that that's exactly where, in some areas of my life, that I told Jesus to be. And I knew at that point that some things were going to change. I didn't know what it meant, but I started coming up with a bunch of ideas of my own, right? And then I would take the idea and see how I could fit God and His plan into it. What I didn't know is the next day, none of those ideas I had were actually God's plan. And He revealed to me in my office on the slope with doors shut and I'm weeping. He revealed to me that He wanted me to help youth navigate life and point them to Christ. And it was going to be called the compass. So the longing had never left my heart for youth, and God in His sovereignty brought me back into youth ministry a few years later. So from the point that I left. So it was April 27th when the compass vision was born, and I felt the Lord leading me to start preparing to start a youth center, after school drop-in center, and outreach to the youth in our community. There's a lot of need and a lot of youth that need somebody to come alongside them and help them navigate life, and then of course point them to Christ. We all have spiritual needs and need a relationship with Jesus. With this new journey of the compass, my prayer the whole time has been that God would go before me and prepare the way and open the doors, and that He'd give me the faith to walk through. He has been faithful and opened door after door, and we've got a nonprofit going. We got board of directors, and we're getting a location, and God's really just bringing the community together around us to support us and to see this vision come to fruition. We're excited to see where God takes the compass and the impact that it will have on our community and the lives of youth, and we're just trying to be faithful in what He's calling us to do. In that faithfulness, God called me to quit my job, and so I'll be committing full-time to the compass and to get the ministry up and going. Please pray for us and support us in however you feel led, and we're just trusting the Lord to continue to be faithful and lead us in this endeavor.